Welcome everyone to our Brainfood Academy. One of the latest and greatest offers that we have here in our DTC back office, which is direct to consumer. This is an exciting time for all of us that know a little bit about homeschooling. This is privatized schooling, which is even better yet. We've got a lot of information. It's coming, it's getting closer, as Rory has told us, and it's just, it's going to be phenomenal. So with that being said, we would like to introduce Miss Sheila Matchett, MSI here at RR247, to lay out all the information for us and introduce a couple of teachers, correct, Sheila? And if you need me to co-host them, you just send me the names and I'll do it for you.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes, we are moving right along, guys. I am finding some phenomenal teachers that is right along with our thought processes, the same information, the same passion that we want to create mission statement for our Brainfood Academy here. Like I said, when we first started, even though we have teachers that have excellent credentials, they have excellent resumes, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily, a right fit for what we are looking for at this particular time. As we expand and get bigger, that's not to say that we won't circle back and come back and find those teachers to fill in the gaps for some other programs that we're going to have coming available once we get up and running. Rory and Daniel and Peter have actually come a long way. We are right on the cusp of getting everything together to be able to invite the students in to get those landing pages done. Peter released some of the curriculum and this week so that we could look at it to see where it's at, and it is phenomenal. I got so excited just to see it. Daniel's going to polish it up. And then it'll be there for you guys, the teachers, to be able to see, to go in and actually see what's coming forward. Rory is actually tweaking the compensation for the teachers. We started out with one thing and he just made it so much better with some collaboration with Peter on the pay structure. So once he gets that done, we'll be able to introduce that. It's actually better than what we started out with. You won't believe it. It's just amazing. But as the teachers know that you get compensated for your students that come in, you also will be able to get compensation for referrals, not only for teachers, but also students that you refer to our program, no matter what grade level they come in. As long as they are students throughout their career here with Brainfood Academy, you will get compensation for that. As you know, once we go live, the compensation, not the compensation, but the startup fee for your backup office and your hosting will go up. Right now, you'll be grandfathered in at the $59.95 level, along with the $50 membership fee. And that just covers your materials. It covers your back office. It gives you access to the curriculum, your student base, as well as any information and tools and teaching guides that you will need back there. You're going to have your calendar set up in the back too. So that's all going to be there. So your $50 hosting fee is yearly. Your $59.95 is monthly. Once we go live, you'll have a $250 setup fee where we actually have to go in and set up everything for your back office. So you want to make sure that you get those teachers to me before we go live so that they can come in at the phenomenal rate that Rory's allow us to get in there. With that being said, like I said, it's going to be a short call. Rory might go over some stuff, but for me, I've been doing a lot of interviews in the last few days, even with the holiday, checking some backgrounds, talking to some people, reading emails, and I found 3 phenomenal teachers for our high school and middle school, and I want to introduce them to you tonight. Our first one is going to be Miss Cassandra Hawkins. And she has some amazing background, guys. She actually taught online teaching for Pakistan when she was there. She did online teaching here in the States as well. So she is well traveled. She does, she's going to be doing our middle school and high school, some for literature, composition, art, and speech there. So
You say Cassandra?
Yep, I got her. So Miss Cassandra, if you would unmute.
Good afternoon, good evening, Akwaba, Shalom, hello everyone.
Can you get your video up?
Oh, okay, wait. There, wait a minute. I'm clicking it.
There you are.
How is everyone?
Can you just give us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. You know, I was thinking about this and I just wanted to just share, you know, I am so excited because I found this quote by Anatole France, and he tells us that 9/10 of education is encouragement. He also added to that, teaching our children how to count is great, but teaching them what counts is best. And I know those are some of the things that I really experienced in my teaching career. And then there's another quote by Jim Trelease. Says he's an author of Read Aloud for Little Children. He shares this so clearly. And he says, our children spend about 7,800 hours at home versus 900 hours at school. The question is, which teacher should be the most accountable? And I've always known that it is the parent is the primary teacher of their children. And I'm so glad I was able to homeschool my daughter. And at the same time, I was teaching public school because I knew what was going on in public school. So I'm so happy to be with you all, and thank you so much. Anything else?
Ms. Cassandra. Can't y'all feel that enthusiasm? I mean, we couldn't get off the phone with each other. So it was amazing. And she has the same mind frame set of, you know, standards that we are really looking for here, guys. And that was, you know, we just resonated. Like she said, she homeschooled her daughter, even though she was in the public school system, because like she said, she saw the writing on the wall. And she was there. So welcome aboard, Miss Cassandra. I cannot wait till we get started. Our next one is Miss Francine Jackson. So let me find her. I know she's here, and she's another one. She actually has one of my passions that I love. She actually runs a planetarium and has been part of that. So Miss Francine Jackson, can you come on?
Yeah, hi Sheila, hi everyone, and thank you for this privilege of doing this. My background is actually in astronomy, and as Sheila said, I've worked in planetariums for many decades, more than many of you have been alive. In addition, I've volunteered at Brown University's observatory for over 50 years. They in fact gave me a dinner and a blanket. But I've also taught both high school and college physics and astronomy, plus third grade general science and whatever anybody else would want to teach. My goals, hopefully here, are to try to, and I don't know if he's here today, but I believe a man, Ron, was saying the same thing with mathematics, how math is everywhere. With me, it's science is everywhere. Anything you do is related to science. And that's one of the important parts that I want to give to any of the students I have. Thank you.
Thank you. And Miss Francis is going to be middle school and high school too, but she can also cover, you know, like she said, our third grade, if we need that there. And I mean, she brings so much education to our program. It's just phenomenal. And the way she was talking about how she's going to incorporate everyday things and bring the science into it. It's just going to be amazing. And I think our kids are going to really love and learn from her. Thank you, Ms. Francis, and welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right. Our next one is Miss Miriam Ainge, and she is not part of Triple R, guys. She came in through a LinkedIn from one of our students, Miss Virginia, I think it was, Rains, and we talked and talked and talked, and I absolutely love her. We have the same passion. She just kept me excited the whole time we were talking, and she sees our goals and what we want to do here. So let me see if I can find her. Miss Miriam, there she is. So Miss Miriam, can you unmute?
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And then let's see what my video's working. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I am super excited to be joining this. It's, I think, one of the best ways to meet every student's needs. And I've been teaching for 25 years now in public schools, brick and mortar, online. And I just feel like this gives us, gosh, not only the opportunity to have the freedom to do what's best practice, because we're not going to be fighting parents or administrators or, you know, the other like archaic structures that got stuck there but never went away when they were no longer needed. And I love how online can really, you can cater to each individual student so much better than you can in a classroom. So I'm excited to be here.
And she's going to be some high school and middle school too. She's going to be English. Also, she does Greek mythology, and I think I said sociology. Was that
sociology? Yeah.
So we got it covered, guys. And these are our three newest. We'll be setting up their videos in the next few days and coming week to get them out there on our Brainfood Academy YouTube channel, so you can put them in there, and they'll be doing a little bit more about themselves, their grades and subjects they'll be teaching, so you can get them out there and put them in your pages. I'll be interviewing 4 more in the next few days, and hopefully we'll get a couple more high school. I need a couple more elementary school teachers. And if anybody out there has any teachers that do special languages, I still need a Spanish, French, and possibly a German exclusively. So let me know about those. Get them to me so we can get them in. And so we'll be doing Emilio's video tomorrow. And I have Miss Starling's video I'll be posting tomorrow as well. So check out the Brainfood Academy YouTube channel, get those links out there for those teachers and start promoting them out there to the populace so we can get those students out there. Is Rory still here? If he's not, I think that is it. If he's still here.
He's still here.
Okay. So Roy, if you have anything to add.
So I love that we're getting the teachers introduced here and we're putting that stuff together. We're about to get our landing pages set up to where we can actually have teachers sign up and go through the vetting process, have the students or families sign up and start getting positioned and get going. We're really close. In fact, we have a meeting later on today that we'll see where everything's at. The curriculum on the inside, Sheila, we just got access to visually see it. It's, I mean, I got lost in it for a couple hours. It's so awesome. Right? Yeah.
I think I made it through 3rd grade and I was like, where do I need to sign up? I want to do this.
I know. It's the thing I mean, and you guys, eventually you guys are gonna get a glimpse of all this. We'll do some walkthrough trainings, but what we've done is literally we are going to be leading. We're going to be leading the industry. We know it. We still got to go market it. We still got to get things going. You mentioned the teacher pay, and I'm gonna lay it out there because it was great before, a little complicated to explain, and we want ease. But putting our heads together. Our team is amazing. I just got to say that I love who we work with. We have but Peter was going over we're going over to get it set up there because, we're doing this all electronic where it's going to calculate, pay everybody accurately. And that's something that's very important to us. And so all the different aspects of this is the transactional side, right? The commissions, the payments, the teacher pay, all of that has to be done right. It has to be. And we have this great program for it. So we came up with this thing that was going to be paying per kid, per class, and the teaching and all that stuff. And how do you structure it? And there seemed to be some complications that didn't need to be there. I'll leave it that way. So it's basic now. It doesn't matter what we said it was before. This is more, and it's easier. So it's based on per kid. And the thing is, they're signing up for a year of schooling. And and it's a full 12 months, even though they can get done with it in this calendar time, but they still have that whole year. So like if a student, they're not ready to take the test, they got to do more follow-up, we can work with them. There's a lot of leeway with this process, but they're paying for a year at a time. And we divide it across 12 months. They can pay it all up front, but they can pay it in 12 monthly installments, which is, probably the course of ease for everybody. It's depending on the state. Some of them are going to get all the money up front and they can pay for it all up front. Some are going to get paid in quarters or however they release it. There's so many different scenarios state by state. You got to do an easy way. So they can pay for it all up front or they can pay it monthly. And if they're paying it monthly or they're paying all up front, we're paying the teachers based on payment every month. And obviously if the kid's account doesn't go paid, they can't access it. We're private. They won't be able to access the training, go forward. As soon as they get that cleared up, payments are run, commissions are run. But it's basically for attendance, the kid, when they pay for access, and every student, I say the kid, I'm talking about my own, every student is paying a yearly fee divided by 12. But we're paying out the teachers based on that, based on collected funds yearly or every month throughout the whole year. So what it allows is it's actually more money than we were talking about before because they're only going to get paid per attended class. And now we're going to pay them regardless of attendance for what's paid for month by month or for the whole year. And so, and we rounded everything up to where it was easy math, easy to explain. And I did my spreadsheet and we literally doubled the pay. And we kind of want to do that. So like, this is even like better. So, I mean, we've been formalizing this, we've been looking at it and we have a couple processes in the mix. So and then we even added an extra, I guess you could call it a side gig is what we call it internally, but where people can help build resources per class. And for doing so, there is literally money set aside for that. So that if it's needed, there's licensing. So we'll call it content creators. That probably fits today's world. But so there's that, and we'll explain how that's how that's tracked, how that's facilitated. And this first year is going to be very epic because every teacher is going to be starting off with the curriculum. They're going to be creating the classes. They're going to be recorded, library, archived. So after that first year, they're going to have a solid inventory for their students to learn, relearn, review, and so forth. It gets to get better and better. And because they're going to be creating that and tweaking it, I like the yearly pay. Also, them establishing the students and getting paid for the year, I know that helps the budgets for teachers as well. But we just created a way to make it, we basically double the pay so that they're going to get paid the same on the off season, if you want to call it that way. So it's worthwhile for them to help create more content, create, lesson plans, and so on and so forth to get better and help us all build. So it works out to $10 a student per class per month. So if you're teaching 100 students in one class of math, that'd be $1,000 a month for 12 months. If you have 500 students, which is our max per class ever online, we just found that we can manage that. Anything over that was chaotic. So 500 is the limit we have on max. If you max out your class, you're a popular teacher, and you built that up over time, whatever it is, 500 students would be $5,000 for that class. And if you're teaching 5 classes that were maxed out, for instance, that would be $25,000 a month for 12 months, right? We're talking very good pay for the teachers finally. And, we'll see where the averages come. We're going to open this up, but, 200 students is $2,000 per class. We're going to have 6-figure earners as teachers at this pace. That's exciting. And when you see teachers starting to get paid to their worth, we're going to attract even more. We're going to attract the word out there. But, it's also great because our teaching will speak for itself. This is all privatized, and supply and demand is going to work. We have a good quality product. We're delivering, the word will spread and we grow. We're going to be doing our marketing. And, this first year is always going to be, it's going to be monumental. We have a lot of work to do, and we're building the brand, and we're going to have a lot of teachers that may not have a lot of students starting out, but they're going to be growing. And as those students grow, that residual pay is going to help catch up. And it allows us to have a great start. But man, can you imagine this year after year after year, and especially the teachers are established. So it's one of those things we got to build the work together. We're partners. And then there's so many other aspects of what we do to generate the revenues. We've got other programs. We've got the IBO program that can help the teachers established. We've got very creative ways in what we're doing here. But I just want you guys, I'll be spelling this out in the compensation plan now that we got that set up. And it's so lucrative and easy to understand now, I think, which was something where people were like, so wait, what about this and this? They're looking for like the gotchas, like we all do. And this is people that aren't coming from our existing community. They're looking for the gotchas. Well, there isn't a gotcha now. The more kids you have, the more you get paid. It's paid monthly. And you're looking at basically $10 a kid per month per class. And, the teachers, I'll tell you the sweet spot as we look at it, we're on this, Sheila, like 1st through 7th grade, right?
Yes.
1st through 7th grade, where it's more generalized training, we're gonna have a lot of teachers that can pick up several classes and we build the student base up. That's gonna be a really good focus point. And even if you had, 50 students on average per class and you taught, 4 classes a day, right? That's gonna end up being, I didn't matter, that'd be like $2,000 a month. We're starting to get to the average pay of a teacher now across the nation, and that's 50 students in an online platform. Well, just go to 100, you doubled your pay. You can't do that in any other sequence. Nothing else out there is going to do that. And the limitation here is how big we grow. And we want the teachers just to deliver quality, engage with the students. We're going to be marketing, bring the students in as well. We're all going to be flooding that out there to build that up there. And all we need is one solid little community that comes on. We fill up the whole thing. Like the odds for success for us are so great. We just got to get the word out there. Right now we're doing the hard part, getting everything facilitated to access in the interfaces and get this landing page sequence in there, and we're good to run. We're good to run. So it's pretty fun. Tonight we have some epic updates, but I don't know. I just want to get on here and just share where we're at because it's so cool, right? Like we're seeing this happen. I feel like I'm in a dream all the time because it's like, we've been talking about this for years. We've been rolling this out, and now it's like we're doing it. It's just fun. And I just like to share that with everybody as far as you see the income in there. And then, there's, for us to market, it's really good. So the teachers have never had the need because of the way that demographically advantaged in a location, an institution. This is online. We can get students from anywhere that can go to your class. And we have literally thousands of people that will market that they get rewards for bringing the families in to fill your classrooms up. And this type of a partnership is just, it's never been done before, not in education. We've done it in other things, but not education. And I just know it's going to be freaking awesome. And it's going to be a lot. And, we're privatizing it, which means we have to make it work. It has to be for profit. And the individual's it's got to be worthwhile. So it's pretty impressive. And I'll be going over the compensation plan more and more on these Wednesdays because we're getting that together. But this teacher pay, it is literally an epic advancement. And I'm way excited about it. We're gonna have some teachers that have the 200, 300 kids, and they have 2 or 3 classes of that. I mean, they're gonna get paid more than professors should get paid. And it's just awesome seeing that we can put that together with that. And I know I'm so stoked. Anyway, that's all I have. Sheila and Linda, thanks for being on here. See you guys next week. For those in Triple R, we'll be doing more trainings, obviously on Saturdays, and then we'll see you next week. Will be a full training week. Can't wait. All right.
Yep.
Ready to close?
Thank you, guys.